Hey everybody, it's Mike Peasall, pastor at Gateway Christian Center here in beautiful Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Today is Wednesday, November the 5th, and this is Mike's Midweek message. I can't believe it's already November. So my topic today is, do you trust God? Now, I know that kind of may seem like a simple question or a dumb question, but I do think that all of us have to, every once in a while, stop and go, well, do I really trust God? Here we are, we're in the second longest government shutdown. It's affected a lot of people. It's interesting to me that I think that it hasn't affected some people as much as they thought it would affect them. But still, there's a lot of question there, especially people who are on assistance and things like that. It's one of those times where it'd be easy to go, man, I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know what's going to, how am I going to come out of this? How is our country going to come out of this? There was a pretty important election yesterday where we saw more of people that we would assume wouldn't be good choices to be governors or be mayors from a biblical worldview perspective and from a just from a patriotic perception. We don't know how that's going to turn out. I hope that the new mayor of New York City is going to be able to do all the amazing things that he says he's going to do, and it not have a very negative effect on what is the largest city in the United States, New York. But again, Mike, do you trust God? Do you trust God even when you see some things happen that you're thinking, man, this might be really, really bad? So I wanted to just kind of throw this out to you today as we talk about do we really trust God? Do we trust God in all things? Or, I heard a comedian the other day, and he was saying something about that he and his wife, when they got married, had decided that she would make all the minor decisions. He would make all the major decisions, and that he said after 25 years of marriage, we've never had a major decision. Well, I know that, do you trust God? Kind of, well, yeah, I guess so. But do we trust God in the day-to-day workings of our life? Do you trust God in your health? Do you trust God in your finances? Do you trust God in your marriage, your family relationships? Do you trust God in every step of the way? Because God is in every step of the way. In Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your path. So it's like, that's Proverbs, that's Old Testament, but it's the same God yesterday, today, and forever. And as Solomon wrote these Proverbs, said to be the wisest man ever, he basically said if there was anybody who could rely on his own wit and instincts, it would have been Solomon. But he says, no, trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. It doesn't mean that we blindly go through life. We do engage our mind. We do engage the thought process that God's given us, but we never put that over our understanding and our trust in God. I'm going to acknowledge God in all my ways, and he will establish my path. So it comes to an even if attitude, and so even if I don't make the money I need, even if I'm still going to trust God, even if I get a bad report from the doctor, even if I'm going to still trust God, even if I see some things going on around me in our world, in our country, in our state, in our community, even if I see some things that are happening that I know are wrong or bad or dangerous, even if I'm still going to trust God, because God's good no matter what. No matter how bad society gets, it does not impact God and his goodness and his holiness. Romans 5, 6 through 8 says, for while we were still weak, while we were still sinners, at the right time Christ died for the ungodly. For one will scarcely die for a righteous person, though perhaps for a good person, or would one dare even to die. But God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Okay, so here's the other one. So it's the even if, but it's also the but. Move your butt. Sally, years ago, she was teaching a class, and the title of one of her lessons was "Move Your Butt." And what she meant was that there are times that we say, "Well, God is great, but this is a really, really bad situation." Well, God is good, but this situation is beyond anything I've ever experienced before. And she said, you have to move that butt. You have to say, yeah, this situation is really bad, but God. This need is huge, but God. And so, just think about that. Move your butt every once in a while to reconfirm to yourself and to those who are around you. You need to consciously make the effort to go, I trust God, even if, and I'm going to move my butt. I'm not going to say things, God is good, but things are bad. I'm going to say, no matter how things are, but God is always good. He is always great. You think about God, we know that he is all-knowing, he's all-powerful, and he's all places. Okay, that's the one we want to go with, is the one who is all-knowing, all-powerful, and all places. So I just want to encourage you this week to have peace. I know there's a lot of craziness going on, but the peace that passes all understanding will only come if we stop demanding to understand. Sometimes there is no explanation for the craziness of the world other than it's the craziness of the world. But God is still good, and he still is for you. So I encourage you this week to just spend some time praying and really just in the midst of the worst situation, be able to say, even if, but God. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next Wednesday.